G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Tantanoola Tigers. Today, I'm reading about an Aboriginal description of a Yarri or Queensland Marsupial tiger that's from Carl Lumholtz's book about the time he spent with the Herbert River Aborigines from August 1882 to July 1883. During my association with Aborigines, I learned that on one summit of the Coast Mountains, there lived two varieties of mammals, which seemed to me to be unknown to science. But I had much difficulty in acquiring this knowledge. One of the animals they called Yarri. From their description, I conceived it to be a marsupial tiger. It was said to be about the size of a dingo, though its legs were shorter and its tail long, and it was described by the Aborigines as being very savage. If pursued, it climbed up trees, where the natives did not dare follow it, and by gestures they explained to me how, at such times, it would growl and bite their hands. Rocky retreats were its most favourable habitat, and its principal food was said to be a little brown variety of wallaby common in northern Queensland scrubs. Its flesh was not particularly appreciated by the Aborigines, and if they accidentally killed a Yarri, they gave it to their old women. In Western Queensland, I heard much about an animal which seemed to me to be the identical with the Yarri here described, and a specimen was once nearly shot by an officer of the Aboriginal police in the regions I was now visiting. The other animal also lived in trees and fled exclusively on leaves. According to the statement of the Aborigines, it was a kangaroo which lived in the highest trees of the summit of the Coast Mountains. It had a very long tail and was large as a medium-sized dog, climbed the trees in the same manner as the natives themselves, and was called boongarry. I was sure that it could be none other than a tree kangaroo. Tree kangaroos were known to exist in New Guinea, but none had yet been found in the Australian continent. The end. Yeah, this is from Carl Lumholtz's book. I'll just do the Yarri bit first. So the Aborigines called it a Yarri, and he reckoned it was a marsupial tiger from their description. Size of a dingo. Its legs were shorter than a dingo, and it had a long tail, and it was very savage. And if they chased it climbed up a tree, and no one was going to go up there, which I don't blame them. It said it liked rocky retreats as its habitat, and its food was a little brown variety of common wallaby. Okay, so Carl Lumholtz was a Norwegian explorer and that spent time in Australia, in Herbert River in Queensland. He discovered the tree kangaroo, and it's known as Lumholtz's tree kangaroo, and he also the Herbert River ringtail possum is another one of his discoveries. I found, after reading a bit of this book, I found him to be a bit racist myself. I don't want to name the book, because if you see the title, you'll know why. But anyway, so the Aborigines took him out about 4 times looking for the Yarri, and a couple of times they saw it, but because he was bravely leading this search from the rear with his gun, by the time he got to the front, it was always gone. And so I reckon the Aborigines got the shits with him, and he got the shits with the Aborigines. He also got the shits with the Aborigines because they wouldn't feed him, which is a joke. Like, he's got a gun, but every time they saw the Yarri, and he finally got there, he'd say, well, why didn't you spear it, sort of thing? And they'd be like, you've got the gun, you shoot it, because I wouldn't have been going after it unless I had a gun. And then you probably wouldn't get me going and after it either, because they sound pretty savage and vicious. Although I don't know what these Queensland tigers are. Are they thylacines or thylacoleos? It's very interesting. Okay, that's it from me. I'll get back to you all next time. Bye.